Yeah, let's give that a shot.
We're back. We're live.
Yeah. All right, and it's not a numbered episode.
No, yeah, this is weird. This isn't my cup of tea. This isn't Hyperspace Hype. We have a new topic. I don't know if it's start of a new podcast, but we're just free reigning it right now. I don't usually talk about music on stream or a lot in general. People know us, mainly me, as a movie TV person, but I do listen to a lot of music, and Linkin Park definitely has a big impact, had a big impact, and still does on my music taste and everything. Yeah, we're here to talk about Linkin Park. They're back.
They're back. It's the return, Evan. The return of
Xander Cage. Oh, Linkin Park.
Yes. Thank you for that amazing title. I forgot.
I've used that reference like twice now in the past week. I don't know. Yeah, it's I've never seen the
done it a few times in our life.
Okay. Yeah. It has a lot of mileage.
Did the box office think so?
No, not really. But Linkin Park definitely has a lot of mileage. Coming back, they just released their new album. I forgot they were doing some kind of like mystery live performance. I forgot they were doing this.
I didn't know
what happened.
I just knew the date, and that's it.
Yeah. This was this yesterday or Thursday?
It was 2 days ago. It was the 5th.
2 days ago. Yeah. Because I come home from school. I take my naps, and I wake up and I'm like, oh wait, shit. It was Thursday. Yeah, because I woke up on Thursday and I'm like, oh shit. I think it was during the middle of the live stream, towards the end. I don't know. Then I rewinded it to catch the beginning because it was you got me on it because it was on. You put it in the DMs of our group chat on Twitter. I'm like, oh shit, new song, Linkin Park. Like, hello. Like again, I totally forgot it was happening. But we're back. And Linkin Park is back. Mike Shinoda, the whole crew there, with the new singer. Dearly departed Chester
Bennington
passed away. What?
Oh, I thought you were forgetting the last name.
Oh yeah. Chester passed away. That was one of the worst days of my life. I remember. I still remember where I was. I was at my old house. How long ago was this? Like 7 years?
7 years ago, 2017.
2017. Yeah, 7 years ago now. Which is crazy. Like 7 feels like a lifetime ago. In general, 2017 was a great year for me, but not for that day. I was at my house, and then again, I take a lot of naps. I wake up, and it's just a heartbreak. It was just a horrible. Just like Jalen, did you see this? Like, yeah, I just woke up. I just found this out, and it was just a horrible day to reckon with that news. Because again. Just for background, before we get into like the future in this new song, "Emptiness Machine," background on Linkin Park. This was like my first big like rock band in general. Like I think Linkin Park introduced me to like rock music in general. Like Linkin Park and Evanescence were like really close in that same vein. My dad got me on it because growing up, like I was listening to rap all the time. And my dad was like, well, there's this band Linkin Park who kind of raps in their rock in their rock songs. I was like, okay, cool, I'll get on this. And then my dad introduced me to Hybrid Theory, introduced me to Meteora. Life completely, utterly changed for the freaking better. Still play it on loop. Nathan knows we both played on loop 20 fucking years later. More than 20 years later now. It's just insane. And then, of course, with the anime background, anybody who has any kind of connection to anime in general, listen to a lot of like good old 360p anime videos with Linkin Park. Funny story, before I was fully diving into anime in general, I saw so many Naruto
it was always Naruto.
Naruto versus Sasuke, Naruto versus Neji, like all these anime videos in the songs, the Linkin Park songs, like Numb, In the End, it would like Sasuke. There's one Sasuke versus Gaara, Numb, and it like aligned so closely with what the characters were going through. I'm like, did Linkin Park like put on the advertisement? This is before I knew like, oh, people can just create videos and just bullshit, whatever.
You thought it was actual like footage?
Yes, yeah. I thought it was like full. I thought like Naruto got the licensing of like Linkin Park to do this kind of thing. Like that would be crazy, wouldn't it? It's like, oh shit, like bands are like, you know, now in modern day, it's like actual Japanese bands do collaborate with the anime industry. But like Linkin Park, like the feelings of the characters felt very similar to what like Naruto versus Sasuke in the end. Like it doesn't even matter. I'm like, this is what they're going through. This so closely aligned. Anyways, it was great. And that really got me into like other rock bands in general. My second favorite is Breaking Benjamin, which I adore to death as well. Linkin Park just has a closer, obviously, like I just mentioned, closer to my heart, but Breaking Benjamin is also like probably tied with Linkin Park. I listen to them all the time as well. And then Evanescence would be third. But yeah, Linkin Park is just it's epic. It's great. It's fantastic. You know, and then of course with Mike Shinoda, I like that got me into Fort Minor all the time, and Fort Minor is also fucking fantastic back in the day. So yeah, man, yeah, I'm so glad they're back.
Yeah, dude. Interesting journey for me because I didn't start off in like the like diehard infiltration of listening during their prime time. Like obviously, like you did not have a pulse if you didn't hear Numb or In the End. Like that's physically impossible to go through your life without knowing those songs. So those are always classic, and it's like I always knew, like, yeah, it's Linkin Park. Like it's one of the fucking like Mount Rushmore bands ever because it's Linkin Park for sure. Yeah, I definitely remember where I was in 2017 hearing the news. It was like it came on the radio when I was on a trip in Michigan, and I was just riding around. And yeah, again, like I wasn't like a deep like listener at that time, but you know, you hear that and you're just like, oh my god, and you just like stare out the window reflecting. You're like, oh my god, what?
Yeah,
I can only imagine like people who are like just in the sphere, like the world must have stopped.
I mean, that's what it felt like for me because I forget what their latest I forget what the latest album was in 2017 at that point, but
I think it was Light.
It was what?
One More Light.
One More Light, yeah. Which I haven't. That's one album I have not listened to a lot. But yeah, I can see that. I can visualize the album cover now. Oh whoa. But it's a great. I mean, they've always been great, and I remember listening to them constantly, even up to that time, and just like that news hit me. 2017 wasn't the year before we lost like Carrie Fisher, so it was just it was a lot of like memorable people in my life passing away in quick succession, which has been, you know, we're getting to the age where a lot of our heroes and a lot of the people who impacted us growing up are passing away. And it's just terrible. Like Stan Lee, for example, as well. People probably remember where they were for that as well. But yeah, for Linkin Park, man, I'm so glad they're continuing. I mean, this is a band that meant so much to me and every stage of my life. Funny story, I could see it on air. I remember when I was in elementary school, and we were doing like this like choir, you know, music class, bring a song in and sing it in front of the class.
You did say this story. I don't know.
I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably not in there. And I know my friend Nick and I really like Linkin Park. I didn't, you know, I'm still as shy as I am in modern day Evan, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything in front of the class. Hell no. Let's just like a race. I'll do a race. But anyways, he wanted to do Numb because we were both Linkin Park fans. I'm like, I know Numb. I know all the lyrics, obviously. I'll be the Mike Shinoda part. I can do the rap. And he can be the Chester part, whatever. We get to the song and he completely silences out. So I just have to do the entire song, and he has to come in during some of the synchronization parts. And it
But
was just
isn't
really,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah. It was really bad. I'm just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing? It's like it was so
Which
bad.
part were you supposed to be doing, Chester or Mike initially?
I was supposed to be doing Mike. So like, yeah, it was
Okay.
in the end, not Numb. It was in the end, which is like one of my favorite songs of all time. And of course, like again, I was just doing the whole Mike part, and then he's supposed to be like in the end. He couldn't do that part. He couldn't do that part. So I was just like, I just had
So
to.
it's just like you were on stage. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time.
Yeah. No, it's one of those awkward moments where you like he's like right there. You know, I'm just like looking to my left, and he's giving me the fright eyes. If you're a kid, you know,
It's probably like
yeah, he freezes up. He looks at me, and I can just tell, like, oh no. Like he didn't say like Evan, I can't do it, but you know, as your like your close friend, just giving you like you know, he freezes up, and even like I don't want to leave dead air. Like even if you know, not a podcast.
Did you have a backing track?
Yeah. Like the music teacher had the song playing, so it wasn't as bad.
Okay.
But it was like low, so we can sing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was just like, if it wasn't meant to me, whatever. So I just sang the whole song myself. And it was fun though. Having done that, the class was like, "Oh, Evan, you did a great job. Your friend Nick, though, oh, what happened to him?" I was like, it's not his fault, you know. It's you know. I didn't want to like shit on his awful moment, but like we practiced for so long because I went over to his house and just like you know played games and practiced the song together. And he was like, of course, chill and cool then. But then we get to the stage and he can't do it. And it wasn't even a big stage. It was like a small music class, like you know, stadium thing,
intimate venue.
Yeah, it was like an intimate shit. Other people brought like their little like 6th grade guitars or whatever. It was cute and fun.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like as I said, I wasn't like super like deep, but you know, obviously over the years, you know, just diving in more. It's like one of those things where it's not like I hadn't only like heard 2 songs. Like obviously, you hear plenty of songs over the time. I think fucking Breaking the Habit especially is like one that's like was a big one.
Breaking the Habit for everybody. It was like when you get to Meteora, right? Meteora, Breaking the Habit. And that song slaps. That song slaps. It's like the sleeper hit of that song of the album.
It's great. All their music videos are so good. Every time, so
the
good.
Music videos are crazy. You know, I was looking up Linkin Park. I forgot like in the end had like 1.8 billion hits. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So does Numb.
Yeah, that's
which I think I saw on Twitter. Numb came out 21 years ago today.
21 years ago today? What are the odds? Doing a podcast on the anniversary of Numb. Happy anniversary to Numb.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. It's funny. I went to go see Beetlejuice and I was listening to Numb Encore.
That's a good one. That's one they played live a couple days ago.
Yeah, that shit slaps. I love that one.
It's so funny seeing like watching the live chat, you know, ignoring the stupid, but you know, that starts going on. Everyone's like, Jay-Z,
is he in?
He's coming.
Yeah, so Jay-Z's the man.
But yeah, just like diving into it, just like listening more and more, and like it seems like I listen more and more every day over the last few years. It has creeped in like in a good way, an infestation into my show, into Time Blazer. It's become such a core mythos, as it were.
Yeah, you mentioned. I mean, I don't want to spoil Time Blazer for people who are listening to this. Doesn't matter. But like One Step Closer is going to be in there, which is a banger. I love that song.
There's a few Linkin Park songs in there. I got One Step Closer. I got Easier to Run, which I think may be my favorite Linkin Park song.
Okay, Nathan and I are really speaking each other's languages right now because people sleep, snooze on Easier to Run. Easier to Run is incredible. I don't know. My favorite one, Easy to Run's up there. Paper Cut is just so iconic for me.
I was so late to Paper Cut, Evan. I'm so
really?
late. I'm like this year late.
Whoa!
like not because like you know I think I heard like once or twice here and there like it plays and like, I know everyone like fucking dies at the altar of Paper Cut, but it's like the one like I'm listening to so many bangers because there's just like at least 50. So you're
Yeah.
that I'm just like, all right, yeah, I haven't gotten to that one. And then I go and I'm like, all right, let me take a listen. And I'm like, yeah, I had a good time. And then it just sits there, and then it's like I keep coming back. I can't stop. I gotta keep hitting replay.
Paper Cut is like sickly addicting. Sickly addicting.
The kickoff of it is just like, all right, well, fuck it. This is my next 5 minutes. I can't move.
Yeah. Looking at my list, Figures .09 is also very underrated. I love that one a lot. And people will sleep on like their later albums, but like Valentine's Day slaps. Like Valentine's Day is on what's it called? What's it? Midnight.
Minutes to Midnight.
Minutes to Midnight. Thank you. Valentine's Day, In Between, and In Pieces are very big like influence. Like when I was having my high school, this girl doesn't like me, whatever. In Pieces, In Between, Valentine's Day would also be really good. Minutes to Midnight in general was very like pivotal all throughout high school for me because it came out in like 2009, 11, 10, 11, something along that time. And I just adored that whole album. And that was the beginning of Linkin Park going the slower route, and people were not vibing with it. It's like, I want more Meteor, Hyper Theory, and like Minutes to Midnight had like Bleed It Out, which was like Bleed It Out, like it's just their core. Exactly, it's their core thing. It's peak, but also Minutes to Midnight is also
Given Up as well, which goes so hard.
Given Up is also it's so sick. But like Minutes to Midnight had a slow stuff, like Leave Out All the Rest, outro. I just adore their slow songs all the time. Even one of my most favorite ones I always play all the time is The Little Things Give You Away, which is also the last song on Minutes to Midnight. It's very long, but it's slow and it builds and it's fantastic. That one just has a great instrumental towards the end as well. My brother. Oh, sorry. My brother's favorite is probably Nobody's Listening. If I had to speak for him, he loves Nobody's Listening.
That one I love because it has like the fucking like Japanese influence.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so cute.
There's a fucking like rewind sound effect in there at a point. I'm like, this is amazing.
It's sick. It's sick. Yeah.
And just looking at like my Time Blazer playlist of just influence. Yeah, I also had a Fighting Myself's in there. Hit the Floor. Hit the Floor goes unbelievably hard.
Yeah, Hit the Floor is crazy. You said By Myself earlier?
Fighting Myself.
Fighting Myself. Where's that? What's Fighting Myself?
That's from Meteor.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And a big one in the show is have is Castle of Glass. I love Castle of Glass.
I love Castle of Glass. Again, underrated. Castle of Glass is some sick stuff.
I love that album it comes from too because they had released individual tracks of the instrumentals isolated and acapellas isolated. So you have just like their raw recordings of their voices. It's so like amazing to listen to the separation to like really like hone in on like, wow, they're so fucking talented.
Yeah, Castle of Glass, like the Catalyst is also really good. They played in front of course Transformers and stuff, but also it just slaps. The Catalyst is Waiting for the End also really slaps. If they played that during the live concert, which I liked, because Waiting for the End is also really good, really good. So yeah, I love that one.
Don't Stay. I really like Don't Stay.
Don't Stay. Really good. Yeah. Love that one. Also, what's
one that I don't think it's a lot of plays is like this one called Wretches and Kings is really good.
How did that not get a lot of play? That one slaps so that's like
I never heard anyone talk about it.
That's like top 15 for me. Wretches and Kings. It's so good. One that get played all the time. Two get played all the time. A Place for My Head, which is sick. A Place for My Head is top 5, and With You, which is sick. Also from Hyper Theory. Hyper Theory is probably my favorite album of all of them. If I had to pick.
That's fair. I feel like that tends to be like back and forth between those two.
Yeah. Yeah, those are just like the core, like nostalgic ones for sure.
One More Light in and of itself is hauntingly beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that one.
And it's from the same album. I also love Heavy. That's a really good one.
I don't think I've heard Heavy.
Heavy's really good. That has a feature with another lady artist.
Oh, I love that. You're selling me on it.
I've also been for like a time. I was also listening to Mike's individual stuff, which was cool.
I haven't heard Mike's individual stuff. I've heard like the Fort Minor stuff. Yeah.
I ended up finding. I didn't realize until I was watching the interview he did. He made a song that was like in direct like reference to like how he was experiencing the grief of losing Chester, which was really intense.
That's heartbreaking. You said there's a song about that, or what did you say?
There is a song about that that Mike did about like his experience losing Chester and like how it processes. Which one was it?
Oh, post-traumatic, is it?
I don't think so.
I just saw that on Apple Music.
Spotify on desktop doesn't tell you like your like songs individual by the artist. But
not great.
I'll circle back. But yeah, it's so many, like truly infinite levels of amazingness. I feel like whenever I'm like, Linkin Park's my favorite band, that's probably like a very expected generic answer, a popular opinion, but I don't care because
it's true.
You can understand why.
Exactly. Yeah, I always say like Linkin Park and Breaking Benjamin are my two favorite bands, and I don't think that'll ever change. Like they both just mean so much to me for different reasons. Like both songs, I just like when I'm thinking of creating my own stories or reading stories, or like like when I'm reading manga, I put on a Linkin Park song and it makes the flow that much better. So yeah, it's just it's a perfect reading material, perfect like creative material. They never miss, man. They never miss. And yeah, that brings us to like we have a newcomer. We have a new person joining the team, joining the squad. We have a new challenger.
Yeah.
What's her name? Emily something?
Emily Armstrong.
Emily Armstrong. Which is funny. I listened to a guy, a Big Brother podcaster called Taryn Armstrong.
Real quick. From the album Post Traumatic.
Mike's
song "Over Again" is the song I was referencing.
Over Again. Okay, I have to catch that.
So yeah, but yes, back to current events. Evan, we have the return of Linkin Park with new vocalist Emily Armstrong, and she came out swinging.
There was a fight?
Only between stupid people online.
I didn't see a lot of like idiots online. I saw a lot of like the top comment on the stream were like, okay, people understand the deal. Like this isn't no replication. This isn't no like trying to insert Emily instead of Chester. Like there would never be another Chester. Like people, it doesn't need to be said, but like like you said, there's some idiots.
Apparently it does, because I've seen people say
it's crazy. I mean, this happened to every single band ever. Like whenever the lead singer either leaves, passes away, or just moves on, whatever. People are like, "Oh, they're just replacing." It's like technically, if you want to get to brass tacks, technically sure, but at the same time, she's not replicating or she's not like replacing him and his presence.
Right.
It's a brand new direction, new band, new direction. And I'm excited to see how long they can go on for. I forgot how old like Mike Shinoda and them are pushing it. They're going to be one of the older rock fans getting. I think Mike's like getting to his 50s. I think
he still sounds good.
He still sounds great. I'm like, you can't really tell. So I'm like, hey, I'll take it for as long as they can keep pushing it.
I'm watching the stream and I'm looking at his face, and there's just like so much like spark of light in him. You see, he's happy to be back on the stage.
You can tell, definitely. You can tell everybody was just jazzed to be back. And that's why I'm so glad they did this in front of a huge group of fans as well. Really helps energize them. You can really tell they're feeding off that energy and breathing in, you know, cliche to say, but like breathing in new life to their dreams and to their next era for Linkin Park, which is very exciting. You know, I love a good, you know, it's stupid to say, but I love a good band with like a female vocalist in it. Like
like Evanescence.
Yeah, Evanescence. Okay, I grew up listening to Evanescence daily. So I was like, okay, this is great. Paramore,
Sure.
fantastic. Like, what's another one I listen to all the time? I'm blinking on my like favorite songs right now.
I listen to a lot as well. I listen to In This Moment, The Pretty Reckless. I listen to Hailstorm. If you haven't listened to Hailstorm, big recommend.
Hailstorm. Okay, now I'm gonna write this shit down, my guy. I need a new notes app. By the way, notes app. Have you seen the movie Hitman yet?
Hitman, the video.
Glenn Powell.
Oh no. We did this last time too. No, I still haven't.
There was a great notes app scene. Anyways, you said what was that last song band you said?
Hailstorm, HALE Storm.
Hailstorm. And the other one?
The Pretty Reckless and In This Moment. Those are two different ones.
Yeah, I've been listening to Skillet, which is old school as well. Skillet. Yeah,
I love this band who is really started making a name for themselves and are on the high rise called Halocene. They're great. I got to see them live when they came. They're still my phone wallpaper.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, actually, I'm writing it down, but I'm like, I already wrote it down because you talked about them a lot last time we talked.
Yeah. Big influence with their music as well because they've done both. Plenty of original stuff, but like they have like really hit traction during the pandemic with their covers of stuff, and they're really great. They've done plenty of Linkin Park, all fire. They're great. So I was like, you know, if getting a female vocalist in for Linkin Park for officially, I was like, well, this is gonna be great. I'm here for it.
It just sounds like a match made in heaven. I think it's a fantastic idea, fantastic direction. It's a tried and true method for rock bands. It's a really good combination.
Because also, like, if you remember like the types of energy that Chester brings, especially when he gets like really like guttural and screaming and stuff. Like I've heard female vocalists do that, and it's fucking awesome. So I'm like, this is not only going to be really cool, but like it's going to be like a fun twist. Which to that point, cool that they came out swinging with their new hit, which we'll talk in a second there, but. There's been again with like dumb comments online. There've been like people who are like, no one should ever touch these songs. They're Chester songs, and it's like the whole band wrote them. But you know, there's like, oh, just don't even touch them, and it's like, motherfucker. You know, yes, they're gonna be making original stuff, but like, you tell me like in the go rounds of like new Linkin Park concerts, people are gonna go and it's like, yeah, we're not gonna play any of our past 20 years.
That's insane to me. Insane to me. Like it didn't even register in my mind. I'm like, oh, cool. They're doing new renditions of their songs with the new vocalist. Easy listening for me. Like I love that idea. I was just about to ask you about that. I'm like, is that going to be on their album covers about?
I will say I would not be mad at new recordings of those because again, you're not losing anything. Chester has done not only all of these albums. There are so many individual live albums of these classic songs, of multiple different live versions of these same songs that you can check out. You have so much Chester locked in, and they're still releasing stuff that they have from the vault they have last few years. Like Meteor had a few really cool ones. They had a Lost, which is beautiful, and something they also did cover in the stream. They recently did Friendly Fire this year, which was a really fun, beautiful music video to check out.
I don't think I've heard Friendly Fire.
Oh, it's really good. It's one of those slower songs, but it's very well done. It's just like all like, you know, like behind the scenes recording of like the process of making it and with the band, and you just see like how into it they are and how like into it Chester is, and it's just very sweet footage.
Friendly Fire. Okay, I see what album it's on.
I think it released for the Paper Cuts album
I
anniversary
just saw
album.
that. Yeah. Okay, let me add that to my collection. General Grievous style. That's cool. But yeah, I'm like, there's no qualms with that. You still have the song that you played for the past 26, 27 years. Just listen to that song. Like, in the end, it's not going anywhere. Numb's not going anywhere, guys.
You have them. You have the studio. You have live in Texas, live in London, live from my fucking crunchy flip phone 2009. Like, you have everything.
Like, come on. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. Not one iota of a problem there.
I feel like people who like too much I'm seeing are like she's trying to sound like him. It's like, how do you not?
That's ridiculous.
First off, you're singing someone else's song anyway, and it's like, how do you not instinctively just like, hey, this is what the song is like. Let me perform the song. Also, I can only imagine, like, you know, of course, she's had plenty of time to like prep and practice with the band, but like that doesn't matter when it's like in the eyes of the public, you're stepping into Chester's role for one of the biggest bands ever. And this is the moment you're like unveiling to the world, it's me. I hope I don't fuck up. And keeping account any nerves she has, she did great.
That's a great point, man. Like, you know, I'm not the most musically inclined person, but even I could sense some nerves. And it's like, obviously, it's like, again, like you said, it's one of the biggest bands of all time. They come back off of a huge tragedy, like a global tragedy. And it's just like, how do you not feel nervous about that? But again, like you said, I think she killed it. I think she did a great job. I had a blast. Like, I wasn't like tearing up, but I was getting emotional. Just like, wow, like just a wave of nostalgia comes over you. And it's a weird wave of nostalgia listening to these songs again with the new vocalist, because it feels like nostalgic while also feeling like fresh and new. So yeah, I really like looking at the album because they have a new album coming out November 15th, I want to say.
16 days.
Right, and I can't wait to buy that. I'm getting that midnight on the dot easily.
There is info on that. There's Spotify has an official countdown on it, but also the track list is up.
Oh, sweet! I have not looked at the track list. I know the Emptiness machine's there. That's one out of how many songs are they doing? Yeah, I don't even know.
I think there's at least 10. The Emptiness machine is the second one. I think the first one is titled Near Zero Intro.
Okay, cool. Intro style.
But fucking, I need to find it again because Spotify won't show me.
Yeah, you can find it. You can pull it up for me. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, I'll just while you look that up, man. I thought she did a great job with the concert. Sorry, guys. I thought she did a great job for the concert, and I liked her vocal talent. I thought she was really good. I don't think she was trying to be like Chester at all. I think she was being true to herself. She has like a nice raspy voice, which I adore already.
That's always a funny thing too, because I'm like, Chester didn't invent screaming,
right? Definitely not. But people would think that because it's their first band people are ever listening to, and then you venture to other rock bands from the early 2000s. You're like, oh, this is not revolutionary at all.
Right. I mean, they were very influential on the scene of like a subgenre called nu metal, but it's like, there's many nu metal bands. So I got the track list here. And I even have runtimes for the songs. Cool. So the first one, From Zero intro is 22 seconds.
Can you share screen it? Or?
Yeah, I think I can do that. Let me open the image itself. And I'll pop it over.
That's exciting. Because I've not looked at this yet. But yeah, Emptiness Machine is a fantastic song to like introduce audiences with. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Similar length as their other albums here, and similar what's it called, runtime for their songs as well. Emptiness Machine being one of their top 5 longest songs. But yeah, I'm excited. Look at that. Cut the Bridge, Heavy as a Crown, Over Each Other. Man, this is going to be exciting. 31 minutes. It feels too short. I'm like, I want a longer out. It's just because I'm so like deprived of Linkin Park. I need something. But yeah, I'm going to run through this midnight as soon as it drops. I'll probably do a second second podcast about what our thoughts are on the album, what our favorite songs are. From
Do a
the
live
album.
listen. I don't care.
Yeah, sure. I can't wait. Honestly, I didn't know we could do that. Get our two corners of the
Where the fuck is the thing? Where's our fucking usual? There it is.
How many options they give you on StreamYard?
You can make a lot of custom templates. I clearly did in the past.
That's cool. But yeah, man. What are your thoughts on Emptiness Machine?
It's on replay right now for me. I'm on listen 10. So we started.
It has that feel to it, doesn't it?
So this is great because honestly, I haven't listened to the studio version. I've listened to the live bit, and then I saw like promo clips for the music video here and there.
Interesting.
So now listening to it here, it's so good, and I could hear not only how well Emily's doing, but like that's very clearly like, oh, this is her style for sure. This isn't Chester.
Yeah.
And as we can say, like, we have no disrespect for Chester. We love Chester, but like, stop trying to make it like a replacement thing. It's not even like, it's a beautiful thing Mike said during the performance, which is like, here's all our bands, and in the role of Chester is all of you, keeping the spirit alive as you sing along with us. That's beautiful. That's the best thing that could ever be said.
That was beautiful. And you're right, man. I've listened to plenty of rock bands where their lead singer goes away, I think to like 3 Days Grace. And they brought in somebody else like halfway through, and you could feel the difference. And people made complaints then about like, oh, nobody will ever be Adam. I think that was his name. Like nobody will ever be Adam or whatever.
I've got to experience 3 Days Grace live.
Whoa, cool.
With the new Vocalist. This would have been, I think, 2019. They were opening for Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
And I didn't hear too much of a difference, man. That dude's really good at just doing the songs.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those times where I would have never known there was a difference until like I was looking up a certain song for like an AMV, ironically enough. And somebody said, oh, yeah, this is the new Vocalist. I'm like, oh, wait. One of them left. I was like, "Oh, okay." You hardly could tell a difference. But now when I listen back on the song, I was like, "Okay, now I can kind of hear the difference." But having said that, I like what Linkin Park is doing, where they're not getting another like male vocalist who sounds similar to Chester. Again, nobody can replace Chester, but they're not getting another male vocalist because that would have felt very samey. Like a lot of other bands have done that in the past. Like a lot. But what they're doing again is a new direction, new format, new style, new band in general, and I like it. I like what they're doing here. It changes her dynamic, changes everything, and I think for the better. And yeah, I'm with you. I liked seeing it live, but instantly when I heard it live, I was like, okay, now I want to see what it sounds like studio wise. I'm not the most avid like live band performance listener.
I got thrown off because I know I have some blind spots on some Linkin Park tracks. So like when it came on, I was like, oh, I haven't heard this one yet. And I was like, is this just a classic I haven't heard? And I went to go look up on Spotify, and the result came up, and I assumed like, oh, okay, it's from a previously released thing. All right, cool. Didn't realize it was new, and that Spotify crashed for a minute. People were flocking to it. So I was like, oh shit, wait, oops. It's phenomenal. It's a really great track.
Yeah, that's instantly what I did too. I looked at the track for the like live performance because again, I woke up late, so I saw like the whole thing. I was like, I went to the description. I'm like, okay, so it's just this the only song that I don't know. So this has to be the new one. And yeah, I started watching it. I'm like, okay, this slaps. This really slaps. Like I love the build up rocks, like the build up in the beginning, the intro, the instrumental intro, fantastic. Mike Shinoda, the classic, rap at the beginning really rocks. And then Emily's intro, when she comes in, really like elevates the song as well. And then the chorus at the end is just, it's really, really good, not chorus, but synchronization at the end. It was excellent. I really liked it. So I'm with you. I've listened to it a lot. I've listened more so to the studio version than the live performance because again, I wanted to see what her voice sounds like. I was like, okay, it sounds great live, but I want to see what it sounds like, the studio like perfect version.
Well, there's time to hone the craft how you want it to be.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. Not at all.
But also at the same time, she's really good live.
She's really good live. Exactly. Yeah. And again, I watched the live one just so I can see her version of like Somewhere I Belong. I'm like, oh man, this is hitting me deep because I love Somewhere I Belong as well. Underrated.
We just said the song that I'm using in Time Blazer between our scene, One Step Closer. She performed that, and I was like, "Can you guys release this one? Because this one's really good."
Please,
it comes in real heavy, just like with the imposing guitar, and it goes. Fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I want all of this released. Like, just do that do that live performance. Just put it on Apple Music, put it on Spotify. Like, I would eat it up instantly.
Live from LA, just drop it.
It's Saturday night? No. But yeah, it was great. I would love that so much.
They're also doing a world tour right now, which was it was funny because I'm like world tour, and I go look and there's 6 states.
that sucks. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't listened to any rock band in concert. I've only been to one concert in my life, and it was the.
I'm pretty new to it as well.
It was. I went to the Kanye West Jay-Z tour when they were doing like N-Word in Paris. When they were doing that album. So yeah.
Parts for Numb.
No, he did not. But I took a day off from school to watch that song because I love that album. But yeah, otherwise, like I've always wanted to go to Linkin Park song, but when they passed away, I'm like, that is the worst. It's like you'll never get that opportunity again.
That's what I was thinking. Is like I've missed that. I missed my time. Like I mean, and I still kind of feel that way because I'll never get to catch Chester live. Which that's a bummer, but also again there's so many beautiful recordings of his many live performances, which is great. But also the fact that they are back is amazing. And yeah, Evan, like I said, like hearing her, I like just from the jump I was locked in. I was like the screams are hitting and I was like, okay, when are the dates? When's the VIP package? How do I do this?
You're going all in.
If I can. Maybe also depends like where they go because I'm like fucking am I gonna have to like fly out? But they did also say they're gonna be heavily touring next year.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So and I'm just like and I tweeted out and I was like, please come here. Please.
Yeah, luckily for you, Florida is a lot more populated than like Cincinnati, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna go there.
At the same time, usually whenever they do it, it's like we're in Orlando and I'm like, I don't have a car.
How far is Orlando from where you are? That 3 hours?
Drive. Yeah,
what?
Roughly like 2.5, 3 hour drive. Yeah.
2.5, 3 hours. That's what I figured. Like luckily, like living in the Midwest, everything's like closely around each other. So if it was like in Boston, I can drive to Boston, or if it was like in Chicago, which I assume Chicago has to be one of those dates, then I can drive. That's like a good 5 hour easy drive. I would definitely go to see that. Like I would love to see like a Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park concert. I would love to. Funnily enough, in the next month, I think Danny Elfman, the Across the Spider-Verse guy,
Danny Trejo.
Who did?
So they're doing Spider-Verse live in concert.
Yeah, I would like kind of. I'm trying to figure out if I want to take time off to go see that, if there are tickets still available. Yeah.
Well, no, I think at this time I don't think I can make it. However, next month, going around touring, they're doing Avatar live in concert last Airbender.
Oh shit!
I'm like, that music.
That sounds really cool. Like the whole soundtrack, the whole score.
I don't know what it is, but I know like they have like clips playing during, and they're scoring them.
Wow!
Because like I know the Spider-Verse thing is like you're watching the whole movie as it's being scored live. With Avatar, can't watch 3 seasons of a show, but I can imagine they'll have big impactful moments. Like I know like fucking the Agni Kai fight, that's scored beautifully. They're definitely gonna play that.
That's sick. Okay, yeah, I'll have to. It might be the year of concerts for us, Yeah, that'd be exciting. But yeah, I'm definitely down to see Linkin Park's their new band, their new concert. I'm definitely down for that. And Emptiness Machine was a great song to jumpstart all of that. Because I'm with you, man. I've been listening to it nonstop. It's really, really good. And it got me, and this whole discussion got me like, okay, I need to listen to some of the songs I might have missed, even though I thought I was really on top of it for Linkin Park. I think their latest stuff is stuff I just haven't been on top of.
No.
But yeah, good shit. So yeah, hoping for the best for Emily. She seems great.
Absolutely, yeah. It's so cool. She was part of a previous band, Dead Sarah, and that was like initially she had on her Instagram, her bio is like at Dead Sarah, and the rest of her bio, and then she updated to add Linkin Park to it, but like Linkin Park's still like second build in it, and I'm like, that's cool.
That's cool. Have you listened to that old band? Have you heard more of her old stuff then?
Not quite, but I need to. I think it was formed in 2003.
Oh, damn. How old is she?
I think she's late 30s.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah. So cool. She got experience for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was going. Sorry, I was also the Billboard interview happened, which had some interesting quotes.
When was this?
Same day, same day to drop. Basically, like talk about like how a lot of the stuff came to be. They had met Emily in 2019, and they had done like stuff together, like around that time as well. But also, I think they said like in the last like maybe like it would have been like pandemic era when they were like playing around with the idea. Even like there was even a point like the interview starts with a quote from Mike that's just like, I don't know if this is going to work. The idea of bringing Linkin Park back, and that's fair. That's hard. Fair. Yeah, that's a little tricky. I mean, hell, like even like once it was all said and done, like other than much later dropping unreleased stuff, Mike went to do his own stuff, like his own individual music, because he was still creative, still wanted to. But yeah, it's such a difficult time going through all
really
that.
Hard, yeah.
Absolutely. Even like one of the original band members, they've officially has stepped away. Nothing negative. They're just like, they're just not in it anymore because they don't feel it. And that's fine, especially after everything. So, but yeah, in the time when they were trying to like see about forming a new band, it wasn't Emily right away. They were like, she was in circulation, but they apparently they met with like a lot of different people, played and recorded with a lot of different people.
Eminem, Kanye West, yeah.
It's funny. There's never been like an Eminem collab, but I see people making mashups, and I'm like, that'd be cool.
Didn't they do like Eminem, Linkin Park in the end or something? I don't know.
There's some mashup of it, but it's not official.
It's not official, yeah.
No, it's the same thing. But yeah, eventually they did work with Emily, and that was cool. And they were even like saying like they had like practice stuff of like some of the work that they'd done, Chester stuff, but not to just like completely emulate it. But Mike did know that like she had what it takes. There was even points Mike was going like so in on trying different things that like this because he's the rap guy. He doesn't do like Chester's level of screams. He did during one of the sessions, and everyone was like, oh my god. But that's interesting, but like it's not something that like he's doing. I think that may have just even been like a creative breaking point as well.
A one-off.
Yeah. But all in all, they figured it and they had it, and they've had Emily locked for about the last year now. Like she said, like the last.
That's fascinating.
She's like the last year I couldn't say anything. You just have like this.
You see under that Disney contract.
Yeah. That was another thing too, is like I think they weren't originally with Warner Records, but now they are, and so that was a whole other thing to like keep under the table from getting out of just like, why is Linkin Park switching to a new label? Are you doing something? Oh shit! like that's a whole ordeal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fascinating reading up on all of that. There's a full I think Apple Music released it, an hour-long interview with the whole band sitting down. I haven't watched it.
I'll listen to that. I did not know about this. That's really cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah, just how do you like do like interviews and stuff like that for like new band members? Like, how does that feel? What is that? I wonder what the stages in that experience was.
Yeah.
'Cause that's just like that's crazy. You're creating a whole new direction for one of the biggest bands of all time, and it's like it must have been like a terribly nerve wracking process. Um, but either way, Emily got the job, and she sounds pretty damn great. She sounds pretty great, and yeah, I'm very excited for this album. November having a lot of great stuff. I'm a huge Arcane fan. Arcane's coming back in November, and now Linkin Park's coming back in November. I have some new books dropping in November. It's gonna be a big month. I'm excited. This
Good birthday for me.
birthday. Oh yeah, that too. That's pretty cool. That's cool.
I'm gonna be listening to the Linkin Park album, and then like the next week I'm seeing Gladiator and Wicked, and the next week Moana. Thanksgiving somewhere in there.
I finally saw that new Wicked trailer, by the way. I didn't know there was a second trailer that came out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's pretty good. A lot more like emphasizing on the music aspects of the Wicked trailer.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really good. Beetlejuice also very good, very fun time.
Yeah.
But yeah, November it's hitting. It's hitting. It's going to be hitting November and December this year. So very, 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 very excited. Yeah.
If I were to ask you right now to try to make it easier from limiting a top 5
Okay.
curation of Linkin Park tracks, like your go-to top 5s.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be an official ranking of like better than the other, but just like a combination of 5 that's like this hits.
Paper Cut. With You. Easier to Run. This is where things get hard. In Pieces. And then 5. I gotta go. In the end, I guess. In the end. Yeah. Off the top of my head. Oh, and now I'm thinking of other songs that I really adore. Blackout. Blackout is excellent from Minutes to Midnight. Or not Minutes to Midnight. It's from the Catalyst album. Okay. Blackout is really, really, really good. But yeah, that's hard. I missed a couple there. What's your top 5?
It's funny for me because like when it comes to like In the End and Numb, like I love them and they're legendary, but like they're probably as of now my least listen to Linkin Park songs because they've been so ingrained in my brain for probably my whole life. So from that point, it's like, okay, probably.
That's a good point. Like, because I've listened to them endlessly before like the advent of like Apple Music, right? Like I've listened to, or Spotify, like I've listened to that song, grab them like on my cassette tapes, not cassette, disc, cassette, but like disc, back when they had physical discs, all the time. So I played those songs all the time, but then in general, I don't flock to those songs, but they still just mean so much to me. So yeah,
they really do. I think like for the longest time, Breaking the Habit was my favorite song.
How can it not? Yeah.
Well, let me think. I'm looking through here just to see all the things that I do have saved because I have like fucking 45 songs saved. But I think like a big one for me is the newer track Lost, which is an original track. I can't remember which song it was. Like the reason they didn't release it is because it sounded similar to a different song that came out, one of the popular ones. It's a hard question. Why did I ask it myself?
Lost is which album?
It's the 20th anniversary Meteora, which tends to be my go-to Meteora listening experience.
Okay,
so I would say Lost, Easier to Run. I would say Lost, Easier to Run. Probably.
Jesus Christ, this Meteora 20th anniversary album has 5 hours of new songs. Or not new, but
Yeah.
damn.
I think is Fighting Myself the one I'm thinking about. Yeah. So Fighting Myself is another one that was like released from the vault. That one hits. Yes, that's one that hits really deep for me personally. So that one as well. And then I would also say,
damn. Okay, I have to listen to these songs.
Line from You is great.
So good.
Yeah. And
Lying My Way.
Maybe I think Given Up.
Giving Up. Which one's Giving Up again? Where's that at?
That's on Minutes to Midnight. That's the one where he's like, "Pull me out of my misery."
Yeah.
Where he screams for 15 seconds straight, and that's really hard to maintain.
Giving Up is great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those would be mine.
Damn. Yeah, you have two from the new ones, and now right after this podcast or after I watch some TV, I'm gonna have to listen to that song.
Cue him up now. No, I'll get demonetized.
Pull the lever. But yeah, that's definitely one I have to listen to.
Funny annotation is like when I listen to Castle of Glass, I love the original track, but like I like to listen to the acapella version. That's just the vocals.
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
I feel like it hits different because like the beat is like it's great, but also I feel like it doesn't hit as like somber of the note as the lyrics can be, which is like you can say about any Linkin Park song. Like some shit is like really heavy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck it. No, I'm sorry. I need to put on my list. I don't care. It's 6th Century. Leave Out All the Rest is like probably an all-timer.
Wow. Okay.
Just the fucking the soul.
Leave Out All the Rest hits hard. I remember I adore Leave Out All the Rest, but you know, back in the day, people were like, "This song is just so slow, and it's not what I like." I'm like, "But this song hits emotionally deep." I remember like showing that song to my dad. He's like, I'm not really vibing with it. But I'm like, Dad, this song it's really deep. Really
I'm not vibing with you, father.
Yeah, Minutes to Midnight just has some bangers on it. Like it's as good as Meteora and Hypertheory in my opinion. Because Valentine's Day, Leave Out All the Rest, In Pieces, Little Things to Give Away, In Between. It's excellent. In Between fucks with me. It's so good. Also, they're one that they did during the tsunamis or Not Alone.
Oh.
Not Alone is really, really emotional. That's a song they played during like the tsunami attack or the hurricane attack, something like that. In like the mid to late 2010s. But yeah, they're a great band. As soon as I gave my top 5, I'm like, man, it's top 5 is impossible. But yeah, they have some freaking bangers. They have some great bangers. You can say any song and it's the top 5. But yeah, With You, A Place for My Head are also really, 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 really good. So yeah, hopefully, you know, a new movie comes out and they can get back on their movie Transformers deal. Michael Bay, hit them up, they're back.
I wonder, man. I do wonder, like, if anyone's ever tried, frankly, because like,
bring it back.
How has nobody used Linkin Park ever? James, Guardians 4, do it.
Come on, like what's taking so long? Like, you know, using big bands in general, people don't really do it that much, to my knowledge.
They do like a lot of like 80, like 70s and 80s classic. Like ever since Guardians came out, every like fucking even the trailers now is like fucking Transformers 1 does it. Like that's
every action adventure like fantasy movie has to play like some 80s, 90s, 70s kind of music. Yeah.
And then it's back on the radio.
Exactly.
But yeah, with Linkin Park, I even like remember they did an interview talking about Transformers, at least what Mike did, and he was like, in reference to the band, they were thinking like, is this the right idea to do? Does it seem like we're selling out? I don't know. But honestly, they were just like, all right, we'll give it a shot, like curate some, and you know they did it twice, so clearly it worked the first time. They came back for the second Transformers, and by that point, and no other Transformers since, which is odd. Unless it's just like unless it's also of the court of opinion of like the sound wasn't what people were expecting anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah. I remember being in the trenches and people were like, Linkin Park ain't it anymore. It's like, oh man, it's not as good as their old stuff. It's just like, what are you talking about? So much so that a lot of their future songs talked about how, yeah, we're doing new stuff. Like, so what?
Yeah.
And I
And
like
even then, I think I was looking back to like some of like the 2017 things where like people were like you would just like on the last album they like feature an artist and it's like it sounds too poppy and like are they selling out? And it's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it still sounds. It's just a vibe, and then there's other tracks that are like they're going hard.
Yeah, my mom still plays like "The Light That Never Comes." Like it's such a fun song.
But then great. Yeah, even to that point, even if you like feel like you want the older Linkin Park stuff, it's like how's nobody licensed those for anything? That's
crazy to me. Crazy.
Because what would it probably cost a lot? Sure. You're telling me no big studio has been like, yeah, fucking, because yeah, you pull fanfares, even like currently like Deadpool pulled like NSYNC, which is like 2000s era. It's like, okay, cool. And yeah, I know, granted, it's rock, but it's like, motherfucker, it's Linkin Park. Everyone loves Linkin Park. If you don't like Linkin Park, you're dead. You're not like of this soil.
I'm with you, man. And the new generation would instantly like it too. It's one of those like universally appealing, timeless songs that they've had on their collection for a long time.
They keep, like I said, I'm making stuff. It keeps creeping into my shit because it elevates it so well.
It elevates anything if characters are going through like difficult times or just action sequences. Like it again, that's the beauty of all Linkin Park songs. It can apply itself to a lot of different.
It's so fun to like even just like visualize stuff like scenarios to the song. Like I'm going for like a walk and I'm listening to Don't Stay and I'm like, what if they dropped it like fucking Halo jumped out of a jet? Like this works.
Yeah. Iron Man 2 style. So yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Fallout.
Ah, damn, that's a good one. That's good, yeah.
I probably would have gone Godzilla pre Fallout.
Whoo! Peak Fallout. Go watch our Godzilla commentary, 2014.
Our first commentary.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Godzilla 2014 was our first commentary.
Yeah, and you go into the commentary playlist. It's the first one.
And that's a lot of scrolling, probably.
I think you start at the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it might depend. I think you can set it to.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes they take that away. It's like, bitch. Thanks, YouTube. You're doing great. Keep everyone on that platform.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that sounds about it, man.
It's never it. Okay.
It's never over. But yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm so glad. It feels like a light inside of me is back again. Like, okay, this is exciting. Like, I haven't been tracking a lot of bands recently. I've been listening to a lot of older bands recently. But now, again, we're back. New age, new material, and new songs. I'm ready.
Yeah, man. It's going to be great. I'm, side thing, not really specifically Linkin Park, but, like, I'm thinking of doing something for my birthday.
Starting your own band?
I wish I was that level of talent. That's I'll feel that into the Time Blazer story. But
Big Shot Gangster put together a crew?
Okay. Band. Battle of the bands. No, I'm thinking of doing something for my birthday, which is I'm turning 26. And I'm thinking of doing like a radio show style thing. It would still be like a footage live stream, but of like doing like I'm turning 26, curating a playlist of 26 songs that are meaningful to the course of my life, adding a story to it before I spin that track and introduce it, and play and go through a journey of me through music.
That's awesome, dude. That sounds like a great idea. That's like a great plan.
Sounds like I can't stream it here because of like copyright. Yeah. But I'm thinking of doing something like that. I know there's a thing where I can you can stream copyright music on Twitch, but like when you save the recording of it to the Twitch, like it automatically mutes the copyright.
Yeah, it'll have like the red mute thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that I'm trying to figure. I'm thinking maybe I can like
What's
do
Nebula
that.
up to?
Like, yeah, I might just do that, but then like have exterior recording of my recording of what I say, and then I'll put the tracks back in later, and I can upload it somewhere else maybe. But like in the time of like doing something live where I'm not immediately taken down, I think I could do that, and I think it'd be fun.
That sounds really good. I can't think of like. I mean, I can. There's obviously a lot of instrumental songs for my life outside of Linkin Park as well.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds like a great idea. There's a lot of ideas there, a lot of options.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good. Are you gonna do I hurt myself today?
No, I think that's on
No?
yours. I think that's your
Okay.
playlist.
Got it. Probably. I'm just projecting.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I wonder if you could have guessed that song. I'm sure you could get. I'm sure if you were to make one guess of a song we mutually like, I think you could.
Is it Breaking the Habit?
No, Evanescence.
Oh yeah. Bring Me to Life is yeah.
Absolutely.
Or My Eternal. Is that what it's called?
That's another one, yeah. But yeah, no, it's Bring Me to Life is on there. It's either track 1 or 2 because it was simultaneously my first ever, like in my memory, my first ever favorite song. That and How You Remind Me.
Oh wow.
By one Nickelback.
Yeah.
Which is a good band. I think we're past the memes now. Why was that a thing?
Why was that a thing?
It's so weird because people in the industry too are just like, they're fucking good.
Yeah, like why are we naming a good band? They were on movies and shit for a reason.
Even to the point like we're like they're in on the joke and it's like, yeah, haha. And they don't care because they're still selling globally.
Yeah. Nickelback rocks, man, right? People are
it's an extreme.
Idiots.
I'll do these musics for just talking to bands. That's the next episode.
Yeah. Good shit. But yeah, you guys can find me at Harris EV9. Still, never give up hope. Renew the Acolyte, save the Acolyte. We have hit 70,000 signatures on a thing. I really want to get to 100K. I think 100K would just be like a big sign of like gratitude or gravity of the situation. It's crazy because small tangent, like Big Brother Canada got disbanded this year. They took it down in Canada, which sucks because it was a great show. But they're moving live feeds, so it was like it was about coming. But anyways, people really want that show to come back, and they're like struggling to hit like 10,000. And the Acolyte hit like 10,000 day one. Like people are, euphoric for new Acolyte and new Star Wars to get back to what it can be. So, write the letters, sign the signatures, do everything you can for the Acolyte. There's a small hope in Nathan. Like Manny's coming to Celebration, which is so icky still. It's like, why are they inviting him to Celebration, you assholes? It's because they figured it would get renewed. I think, again, it was...
Even if he's not like having his own panel, he's going to be on the live stage.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to talk to him.
Which is...
Everyone around there in the crowd is going to... Because the crowd is there. They're going to cheer for it.
Like, what did we do? Again, the more I think about it, and we talked about it in the live stream, the more I think about it, it just feels like such a 5 Disney execs who didn't confirm with Lucasfilm were just like, cut. Because again...
The same energy of remember that Sony event that Andrew Garfield was supposed to come for Spider-Man, but then like he got sick. Yeah, it was an event in Brazil, and the studio was like, "Well, he's fired." Why?
Yeah,
it's like, he's Spider-Man. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like these small amount of people making a gigantic decision based off of stupid things. Again, somebody probably saw like a number sheet. The Nielsen ratings were like, "Oh, and it's getting bad reviews. What? It's mixed reviews. Cancel it."
It must be. Look at this screenshot of things I haven't watched.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Lucasfilm is like had a whole Comic-Con about all this Acolyte like tie-in material just weeks prior. So it's still one of the most baffling entertainment decisions I've seen in a very, very long time. So I'm still doing that on Twitter, but I'm also watching a lot of anime. Fall anime season is coming up just next month, which is very exciting. And today, Blue Eye Samurai won the Emmy for Best Animated TV Show. It came out last fall, and Blue Eye Samurai is one of the best shows I've ever seen on Netflix. It's outstanding. Unfortunately, season 2 is coming out like 2026 at the earliest, which is disgusting. It came out in 2023, and 2026. It sucks. But anyways, what else am I doing? I just did a podcast yesterday with Edgar and Josh, where Heartbreak Feels Good, talking about what we watched in August. We kind of did like a semi-alien not commentary, but just reviews, because Josh watched Covenant and Prometheus for the first time last month, and we watched Romulus last month, so we talked about those movies. So check that out, Where Heartbreak Feels Good, and check out our what was our most recent commentary we did? Beetlejuice and
Sky High.
We did that, and Sky High as well. So if you like Beetlejuice, if you like Sky High, check out our channel.
Yeah, if you want something bigger, we recently just did the Marvel Foxverse, all Marvel movies made by Fox.
Exactly. That was a great time. That dominated the summer. Made the summer fly by, but it was fun. I think the biggest like, whoa, this is good, is the Daredevil one. That was such a fun commentary.
That was thank God we did the director's cut, because then
we did. Yeah.
When I watched breakdowns of like what was all taken out, I was like, oh God, we would have trashed this.
Yeah, we would have trashed.
There's so many things missing, so many emotional connections, and like they'll have a payoff that's like you cut the setup.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So that's fun. You're gonna follow me at _TimeBlazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Plain lawyer who constantly listens to Linkin Park.
Probably. I think we all do. There's a lot of Linkin Park in it. There's a lot of Linkin Park love in it. It's going to be even more so now with Emily here. And I can only imagine what tracks they'll do in the future where I'm going to be like, fuck. If this never came out, I couldn't see my series not having.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what's most exciting. It's like I'm always inspired story wise by the music I listen to. So when I get to that one track or multiple that they drop, that I'm like, this is part of me forever now. That's like
I'm with you, man. I hope it's really good. And I've never listened to like a new Linkin Park album. I'm just like, oh, what is this? Like, I've always had a great time. So here's hoping.
Absolutely. So that being said, if you enjoy this, make sure you like button, subscribe, not ready, ring the bell. Should we do more of these short, concise, little over an hour music discussions?
I'll be down for it. Yeah. Pretty digestible, pretty fun, pretty universal. I like it.
Yeah. It's all rock. It's all rock.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Today's episode, fucking... I couldn't even name pop star.
Nickelback, baby.
That's on brand. That works. But that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.